Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Ocean's Pit, the little show about big things. I hope you guys had an incredible weekend, and I hope you guys are having a good time enjoying life as it is. Today is Monday, the 24th of January, and I want to thank you all for watching the show and tuning into the show, sending all your stories and stuff like that. And I think it's just fantastic here what we're doing. We got a good guest on today, Melissa D. Gordon, all the way from New Jersey. Is going to be in the house waiting for her to come on, everybody. And we are having such a great time. I hope that you guys can understand. Can I get, honey? Can you come over for a second? Anyway, I checked the website, TonyOceanMusic.com, and don't forget this call at 847-769-8609. Now, that will start again on Tuesdays. It's Call-In Tuesday, where you guys can call in. She called me a couple times. Can you just look in? So Tuesdays is going to be Call-In Tuesdays. So we're excited about that, and a lot of great stuff. I just got to thank you all for who showed up at the gigs this weekend, folks. Unbelievable on a Friday night at Chicago Prime Steakhouse. I want to thank Jerry Jams. Great job. And great everybody that was on the show.
She's trying to sign in again.
Okay. And then, of course, Saturday night, you guys came all the way to Taverna on Division. What a great night that was. A sold-out show. Great job, Tony Toto and Jerry Jams. Before that, folks, we are brought to you by Eco Solar Solutions, where you always save more energy. That's till the end of the month, folks. 630-345-2964. Also, folks, don't forget you can catch us on YouTube. They're subscribed there, folks. We got it. Also, follow us on Twitter. Let everybody know about Ocean's Pit, folks. Very simple also. Let's thank, of course, Trico Hair Experts out of Rosemont, Illinois. We want to thank Anthony and Carmela. A great job they do because it's locally. They're out of Rosemont, mom and pop establishments, recreating great hair days. Forget the sprays and the hats and the comb overs. You got to go check them out, man. They're great. 773-999-7888, folks. Don't forget Don Esteban Cigars out of Tarpon Springs, Florida. They're hand roll those cigars, especially for you. You can call and ask for the Tony Ocean cigars and give them a call. Javier at 727-366-7536. And that's it. All right. So, folks, a lot of stuff going on. And before we bring everybody on, we have a guest on today. How about starting the show? Let's go to work.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ocean's Pit, the little show about big things. And now, your host, Mr. Tony Ocean.
Man, thank you so much, Nelson. Hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to Ocean's Pit. A gorgeous day it is today. Thank you for all the letters and your viewers and all the stories that you guys send. We're trying to get the best that we can here for you, folks. Again, I had to thank you so much for everybody that showed up at Chicago Prime Steakhouse on Friday and Taverna on Division. It was just great. I want to thank also my good friend Pete, who retired from the Chicago Police Department and hiring us for their party on Saturday at Tavern on the Point. It was a great job, and we had a great time. Thank you, Jeff Dubray and Daryl Armenstad. The band sounded great on Friday, the two shows, and Saturday. We got a great guest for you guys coming on very shortly. But before we bring on Melissa D. Gordon, ladies and gentlemen, this woman's done everything. I mean, more. We got movies, radio, TV, red carpet, so much more stuff that she can talk about. Her. Before we bring her on, let's not give you what's going on this Friday, folks. Starting the week, we got a busy week with Ocean's shows, so we're so excited, folks. Now, Wednesday, returning to Rosario's in Roselle. That's with Jeff Dubray. That's a 7 o'clock hit. Thursday, Rivers in River Grove. That's a 7:30 hit with Jerry Jams Renda. Friday, of course, Chicago Prime Steakhouse. That's an 8 o'clock hit with Jerry Jams. And then Saturday, folks, will be at Capri in Willow Springs. That's an 8 o'clock hit, New Hours with Daryl Armenstad and the incredible voice of Lisa P. And then, of course, Sunday, January 30th, will be Ocean's Rat Pack. That's going to be live at the Old Orchard Country Club, brought to you by Fellini's Restaurant, dinner and show. Now, Dinner's going to be about 5 o'clock. 6:30 is the show. For ticket information, give us a call at 847-593-8181. That's Old Orchard Country Club. Of course, that is Ocean's Rat Pack. Bill Saratellis, Frank Sinatra. Yours truly is Dean, and Elliot Winbush as Sammy Davis Jr. It's great to be out and doing what we're doing, so I hope you guys are doing well. Now, let's say hello to a few people. We got Florida watching. We got Arizona watching. We got Wisconsin. We got our friends from New York. Mikey Prisco, how you doing? We got Michael Bricolari. What's up, Michael? Hope you're doing well. Just got back from the cruise. Michael playing with the Buckinghams on the cruise ship. You and Tracy, I hope you guys had a great time, a great afternoon. Ricky Stokes, brand new documentary coming out on Netflix, folks. That's right. Founding Fathers of Harlem and Belmont. Ricky, we're looking forward to that particular show. Tony T, how you doing? We got Santa Barbara, California watching, Las Vegas, Nevada, Wisconsin. How you doing? Idaho, Ireland. Hello, Ireland. Our friends from Ireland. So, all right, before we bring up our guest, everybody, folks, it's very important to get a couple more sponsors out of the way. Because remember, without our sponsors, folks, we'd have to, that's who pays the bills. Here they are, Airtight Windows, folks, siding and specialists, family owned for the last 30 years for honesty and quality. Do it right with Airtight Windows. Call my buddy Lou, of course, for a free estimate. And check them out with that. Deutsch Power Center out of Elgin, Illinois, folks, servicing the construction and diesel industry here in the Chicagoland area for the last 100 years. Give Sal a call at 224-276-6550. And then only till the end of the month, folks, SteakSyndicate.com. We're going to make you an offer you can't refuse, just like the movie says. John Sirianni put this special deal for you guys, for Ocean's Pit listeners, and, of course, Tony Ocean fans. So it's very simple. You want these great steaks and chicken and pork chops and fish all delivered right to your home like you get at those fine dining establishments. SteakSyndicate.com. Go to that. Promo code Tony Ocean. Get 25% off the membership fee. And, of course, one free tomahawk steak. That's SteakSyndicate.com. All right, folks, without any further ado, don't forget, check the website, TonyOceanMusic.com, and give us a call, of course, to book a show at 847-769-8609. All right, couple more things, sir. Florida tour starts March 11th. Venice Community Center, the Windy City Boys, me and Greg Reaney. That's in Venice, Florida. Then the 12th and 13th will be at Joey D's in Marco Island. Then right after that, we're packing the bags and going to Chicago West Fest in Arizona, Mesa and Chandler, Arizona. 2 nights with Ocean's Rat Pack, hosted by Jim McMahon, former Chicago Bears quarterback, of course, Super Bowl 1985. It's going to be a lot of fun. That's going to be on the 18th and 19th in Mesa and Chandler, Arizona. We're excited. Back in St. Louis on April 24th at the Casa Loma Ballroom. And, of course, back to Mississippi, Natchez, Mississippi in May. We're excited, man. A lot of good stuff. All right. Without any further ado, Melissa D. Gordon's been around in business many, many years, and this woman has had her hands in a little bit of everything and still does, and fantastic everything that she's done in her career. Also a great a DJ in her own right, folks. Honeybee Country Station, playing the great top country hits. Of course, she's been in so much stuff, Red Carpet, and so much more. And she's going to talk about her life and stuff going. And I'm so happy to bring her on. She's a very busy woman. So let's bring her on, ladies and gentlemen. The talented, multi-talented Melissa D. Gordon. Hi, Melissa. Hi, honey. I'm sorry. I can't hear you. Audio. I can see you. I just can't hear you. You might want to check your volume, hon. Is your volume up on audio?
How does that work?
There you go. There you go.
So now we're going to have I hope we don't have a reverb.
Okay.
I can't see myself, so I don't even know where I am.
Okay, I see you fine.
I have 2 cameras here. Hi, everybody.
Hey, Melissa, how you doing? First of all, I want to thank you so much for your time and doing this. I know you're a very busy lady for everything that you do. First of all, where are you at right now?
I am actually in Harriman State Park right now. I actually have a green screen on in here.
I see that.
And the green screen, for some reason, the Google crashed, Google Chrome, and I'm trying to get on your show. And
Well,
like,
you know what? For right now, I see you. I see the green screen. I see you. You got a reddish, black, pink dress there. I see that. So I do see you. And our people
yeah,
see it.
and I'm
But you are
frozen for
frozen.
some reason. And the
Yeah,
reason
Melissa.
why,
People saying that you are frozen right now, but
yes.
they do say you. So hopefully you will kick back in again. But we can still hear you, and let's talk a little bit. My God, you have got your hands in everything right now. Besides New Jersey, I know you spent a lot of time in LA doing everything that you've done, of course, with radio and TV and red carpet. In that business that you're in, did you like Los Angeles working out there or in New Jersey, New York? What is your favorite if you have any place you had to work at?
Boy, you know what? I enjoy all the places. My favorite place is Nashville. I love Nashville. Nashville's got a great beat to it. Everybody's been kind of moving down to Nashville.
Yes.
Then I love California. California is a great place. I love the red carpet. They know how to do it out in California. But red carpet now has expanded to, of course, all around the world, all around the nation. So, you have, Hollywood right now is, ever since after COVID, a lot of red carpet was shut down. So I find that actually Nashville is probably the best place that I've ever been and that I enjoy.
Yeah, there's
I
a
work
lot
with
of
a lot
people
of the
love it.
country artists there.
Yes.
I work with Tim McGraw. I work with, well, I don't work with them. We work together. And the way we work together is I'm in country radio. I'm a DJ. So I go to this event every year in Nashville called Country Radio Seminar. And if you haven't heard about it, it is just a fabulous event. And I don't know, do you know Chris Jansen?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay, so
Absolutely.
the first time I go to this event, I've never seen Chris Jansen before. And they have what's called the New Faces. That's like the award night for the CMA up and coming artists. So I couldn't get into the event, but a friend of mine gave me a ticket, Will Corey, because he couldn't make it. So I got a ticket into the most amazing event, which is the New Faces. And while I'm walking down, there is this guy in skinny jeans, and he's playing the harmonica, and he reminds me exactly like Elvis playing the guitar, right?
Nope. Okay.
And he's playing "Buy Me a Boat," and I'm like, this guy is fabulous. This event is fabulous. One year I had Tim McGraw come down off stage, and you can see it on my YouTube, OTRC TV, or actually on the red carpet TV. And you can see he comes off stage and he hugs me and he starts singing to me. And I'm like, you're on Facebook Live. So,
You know what? Melissa? You do the DJ, which you do with the country. Do you like country music in general? I know it's part of your job, but do you like that? Is that your favorite type of music?
I grew up as a professional dancer. At 5 years old, I was a ballerina. At 8 years old, I went into tap and jazz, and I continued with jazz. I taught dance. I taught fitness and aerobics until my accident. And I always loved music, any kind of music. My mom, she used to sing with Nat King Cole as a backup. So
Very cool.
Mom really, like gave us like each, we used to, when we were kids, we used to do, dress up and play, and we would get there and dress up and sing, and my mom would make us sing and dance and have all different music. And then back then it was the 70s. I used to love Mr. Postman.
Oh,
So,
yeah, sure.
I work for a radio station called WFDU 89.1 Retro Radio in Hackensack, New Jersey. And it's actually, we do play the 50s, 60s, 70s, and some 80s music. So it kind of fits into what I kind of know.
Yeah, a little bit of everything. That's great.
Yeah.
And that's fantastic. Now, Melissa, man, you have a big family?
I have a brother and sister, and my sister is a makeup artist in Aspen, Colorado. She works with like Barbie Benton and what's
Cool.
his name, Kevin Costner.
All
I've
right.
been at Kevin Costner's house. My my sister, she's like, don't touch anything, and of course I'm not going to touch anything. But oh my God, there were underwear all over the floor up in the bedroom.
Oh
And
my God. Kevin Costner, man, great. He used to come to Jilly's where we used to perform downtown here in Chicago. He's got a country western band. He plays here at the Arcada Theater a lot, Kevin Costner. Also, of course, the star of the TV show Yellowstone. Melissa, he makes $1.4 million an episode on the brand new Yellowstone show. So
I
that's
believe
interesting.
it. I believe it. Kevin Costner. So I met him.
Yeah.
I met him at the Chelsea Club in Aspen. That's where my sister's coat check is. It's called Check Your Hide. And so my sister's like, oh, I want you to meet somebody. And gosh, I think I was like 25. I'm outdating myself, but I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna meet Kevin Costner. You know, I have never thought I would work with the stars. My entire life, I've worked with stars, and I never was really starstruck until I met Kevin Costner. That was the only
Okay.
person that I was like, oh my God, I'm going to meet Kevin Costner. And so I met him, and he's like just a regular guy, nice guy. Just
Yeah.
like most of the actors and actresses that I meet. People are just like, they're just average people, just like you
Well,
and I.
Yeah, they're trying to make a living. And that's like one of the questions that I ask the people that are on the show. And since you brought it up, let's start it off here. Is he the most woman or man that you met that you were just in awe when you met?
That was him. Oh, but wait, rephrase that.
I mean, I'm talking about when the first star, a celebrity, man or woman that you met, you're going, I mean, like you said, you're not that starstruck, but you met him. Was he the person you said, wow, out of all the people, this was the guy?
Yeah, I think it was Kevin Costner. Yeah, Kevin Costner. I was nervous to say hi to him. And it wasn't even in a setting to do red carpet, because when I do red carpet and stuff like that, people will come up. Some of the actors, I don't even know the names, which
Yes.
is, maybe that's
Well-
what makes me good, is because I don't even, and not nervous anymore, because sometimes I don't know their name. But, you have to know people's name. Most
Yeah,
of these
Melissa, I mean, that's very difficult. And like I said, it's not an easy job for what you have to do. You're watching Ocean's Pit, the little show about big things, folks. Of course, Melissa D. Gordon, red carpet, radio, TV, everything you got. Let's talk about the red carpet. Like you said, most of the people, when they're promoting a movie or a record, because I know you work with the Oscar stuff, you've done the Grammy stuff. Is there people mostly in a good mood when they come up to you?
Oh, absolutely. When it's award season, everybody is basically in their best, I wouldn't say best behavior. They're in they're dressed their best. Especially Nashville, the country artists.
Yes.
The CMA Awards. If you look at CMA Awards, I think Luke Bryan, when he hosted it, the last one, I think he changed 4 or 5 times. But then I saw him in another award, and I'm like, Luke Bryan, you're wearing the same suit. That's the same jacket. Sometimes I don't like to be, especially women, we don't like to be seen in the same thing twice.
Sure, absolutely.
But Luke Bryan doesn't care.
Well, Melissa, let me ask you something now. I mean, starting in this business as a woman, when you did start, it's tough for any job. But did you find it a lot of obstacles when you were trying to make this for a living, stuff that you do now?
It was always an obstacle. I always had. All right. So when I was a little girl, my dad and mom, I used to go to Woolworth, and I loved these clear shoes. They were Cinderella shoes. And my parents went on vacation, took my brother and sister, not me. I stayed with grandma and grandpa. And I saw these little clear shoes, and I'm like, Grandma, I'm pulling on his jacket. I want these shoes. Why do you want the shoes? And I said, well, don't you know, Grandma and Grandpa, I'm going to Hollywood. And they looked at me, you're going to Hollywood? You're only 5 years old. What do you mean you're going to Hollywood? So when I was very, very little, I knew I was destined to work with the stars. It's just funny. I just knew it. And throughout my career, it was very difficult because I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. Did I
Sure.
want to do comedy? And where did I fit in? I knew I fit in somewhere, but where did I fit in? So,
Well,
funny enough, I modeled. I have some of these pictures. I don't know if you could see them.
you
There's
have
some
some that we did post the stuff that you on
pictures.
our page, and yeah,
19,
fantastic stuff.
19 was to say 19, I wore a 1929 jacket from this lady called it was Dorothy McCormick. Okay, she was Cyrus McCormick's wife. She's actually, and people can disagree with me. You're going to have a lot of people disagree with me. She is
Sure.
actually the founder of the Actors Studio in New York City. She had
Oh.
donated. Let me tell you, this woman had so much money during 1929. She could throw money off a train and never miss it.
I never missed.
I have some receipts from her dresses and stuff. Some of her dresses during that time were like $5,000. She had so much money. So what she did for the original Actor Studio before it moved uptown, she dumped in, I believe it was $29 million back in
Wow.
1929. Yeah, but she's not really mentioned there. But if you go and dig into the history of the books, you will see that she was part founder of the Actors Studio. So I wore her clothes.
Wow, that's
And
fantastic.
at
Wow.
the age of 13, because my sister, who is a model for Barbizon, couldn't fit in anything. So that was the beginning of my modeling career.
And you've done a lot there, Melissa, especially when I find out, I mean, the Playboy swimsuits. You guys did a lot of stuff. Now, I mean, it's got to be tough now. Tell
And
me
I
the whole
have some
story.
of that.
Yes.
I have some of that. I can't break those out.
No.
This is Trim Spot. Can you see this?
Yes. Now, let me know. I cannot see them, but Trim Spa, yes. Tell us that interesting story. You were the first spokesmodel for that particular product,
Yeah.
right?
I was the first spokesmodel. And the way I got that job was my girlfriend dated Alex Gowen's brother, Walter. Okay. And their last name is Stanislawski. And so my girlfriend, because I modeled for Playboy, I did all these little pictures of swimsuits and all these other little hot photos, So my girlfriend's like, Melissa, there's this company called Health Sciences Direct, Vita America, Nutra America. They're coming out with a brand new sexy diet company. And I'm like, yeah. She's like, Melissa, give me your sexy, slutty pictures. I'm like, Kathy, do you have to put it that way? She goes, Melissa, just give them to me, and I'm going to give them to the boss.
Got it.
The next day, I landed a multi-million-dollar job.
Now, Melissa, that Trim Spa, when it came out, it was huge. It was all TVs, all magazines. Ads
it
everywhere.
Wasn't that huge. You see, they did a certain way of marketing, and their way of marketing is they put everything in the little cheap magazines,
right?
Shopwise, National Enquirer,
yes.
TV
Guide, yes, I remember.
Yeah, Cosmopolitan, but they hit a lot on the Marketplace and Penny Savers. And that's kind of how Trim Spa really blew up. And they always was looking for a sexy model. So I was their first sexy model. And then I was in a bad accident. And I wound up
Melissa, do you care to talk about that accident at all?
Yeah, no, I can talk about it.
Okay, so here you are, riding high, doing anything you're doing, TV, radio, red carpet, modeling, etc., etc. TV, you played on the TV show. You did a couple stuff in Blood Brothers. So all of a sudden now, bam, unfortunately, this accident happens. And it had just changed your life completely.
Well, I was married and I was planning to have children. And so when Trim Spa came to me and said, listen, we want to buy your pictures out. And meanwhile, I had a trauma accident, a head trauma accident. So me not really thinking and realizing, I wound up selling a $4 million contract for a measly $1,000.
Jeez.
Now I know everybody's heart is sinking, and my heart sunk too after I learned what happened afterwards, which is kind of a story. Anna Nicole Smith, that Anna, they wanted somebody that exuded sex. So besides myself and a million other women out there, Anna Nicole Smith was a hot toddy. Okay, she was
At that
she
particular
was a
time,
hot
yes, she was.
commodity. Okay,
Yes.
and so Howard Stern kind of connected her. Not the Howard Stern lawyer, but the Howard Stern from radio.
TV
And
guy.
if
Yes.
Howard, you're listening to this, boy, I wish I had the one of those paddles that you buy at Walmart with this red ball. I'd rip that off and give you a spanking. So anyway,
Yeah. There you go. I got it. Howard
yeah.
Stern. Sure.
Yeah, Howard Stern and the Stuttering Joe. Stuttering Joe was on it. Remember Stuttering Joe?
Sure. Stuttering
Yeah.
show.
So he was. Yeah. So he actually introduced Anna Nicole Smith. He said, "Listen, you need to go on a diet," and so she picked it up. She disappeared for 8 months before she started to do the trim spa. So she also she left that remember Howard Marshall was her ex-husband who died.
Yeah, sure.
So now she's trying to sue the family for her right. This is all during trim spa. And to file for her right to have all that money, right?
Yes.
Well, she was running out of money to fight
Well,
this.
the big scandal, of course, he was much older, right? And then she tried to get the money from that.
Yeah, but the son, he said, "You're not gonna have my parents' empire, bitch."
Yeah. Well, yeah. The people said he kind of married her for the money and everything. I mean, whatever it was, she married him for the money and everything that she went through.
Right.
Of course, and then she went on a down spiral.
But
of
hold
course.
on. So
yeah.
when she did trim spa, now they're phasing me out. She made a deal with them, okay? And so, because she knew she had to take those people back to court to try to get the big chunk of money, okay?
Sure. Right.
So I worked with, in South Florida, Bert Dubois, who was South Florida's Lotto and Princess Cruise Line cinematographer. I mean, he's the one who filmed Trim Spa Baby commercial. And he was also a very good friend of my sister's. And I was never allowed to meet Bert Dubois, rest his soul. But one year on Facebook, he sees my picture and he gives me a call. And I tell him what I've been doing since I've been 12 years old. Okay. I've worked for Trim Spa. If you could hear a needle drop, it was like, he was so quiet. And he said, she died. She died across the room. I said, what?
Wow.
She died across the room. I'm the one who shot the Trim Spa Baby. He goes, do you know that she was worried that you'd make a stink over the money? And I'm like, well, I didn't even know Anna Nicole Smith. And he said, yes, she wanted that money. And if you made a stink about the money, it was less money for her to go back and get that big money from Howard J. Marshall.
And get all that. Yeah. Jesus.
Yeah. So she wound up dying. And I made the company $86 million, and she tanked the company and made it bankrupt. And she only made them $19 million. So, hello.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's crazy. But you know what? You got to think about something, Melissa. I mean, how do you keep a head straight sometimes? I mean, you get to the people, you get to that level of where you're plastered everywhere on pictures, and then when you're out, I mean,
it's unbelievable.
Very hard to keep. How did you keep it all straight? How did you keep it all together?
I'm going to tell you. You know what? We would Trim Spa would get calls from like guys in prison and saying, can she come visit us in the prison? We want to see her. We want to meet Melissa D. Gordon. I'm serious. These are weird. We had some weird things happen in Trim Spa.
Oh, I can imagine. Sure.
Some guys,
yeah, it's like you were doing like the tours of the prisons, just to stuff. It's like that would be crazy. I know.
Wasn't the army.
And in the Army. Well, remember Bob Hope when he, well, you don't remember Bob. I'm sure you heard Bob when he used to
Yeah,
do
I
those
know
things. He
Bob
used to bring
Hope. He was
Marilyn
awesome.
Monroe on. He'd bring all these great actresses, Stella Stevens from the 70s, and the soldiers would go crazy. You know what I mean? I mean, it sells. You're absolutely right.
So Trend Spa days left, came and gone, and I was on this program called Face the Truth. It was produced by Dr. Phil. You could see it. That's also on my YouTube because I filmed it on TV. But Face the Truth, and what was that lady's name again? She dated 50 Cent. I can't remember her name. Oops.
Yeah, no clue either. But
Guess she
50
wasn't
Cent
that.
was the rapper you're
Anyway,
talking about, right? The
she
rapper? Yeah.
she in the audience told me I suck at as a red carpet host, and they did this like type of like voting thing. So the audience voted me that, boo. And all my fans, everybody that knows me, even from working with VH1, that's it, Vivica Fox. Thank you. I couldn't think of her name. Remember, I got hit in the head.
Vivica
So
Fox, that's
anyway,
true. Yes, she's an actress. You see her now in a lot
yeah.
of Hallmark movies now. They're Christmas
Yeah, well,
movies
she
and
said
stuff.
I suck, right?
Oh,
I'll never be a red carpet host. You know what? Within 6 months, I worked with the Oscars on red carpet. I even texted her. I'm like, but after the show was over, I wound up getting a job at WFDU 89.1 Retro Radio, because that's what happens when you go on these television programs like Dr. Phil. They either
yeah.
give you therapy. I didn't need therapy, obviously. I just needed to talk on the radio and play
Yeah.
music.
And you play music, which is great. Honeybee Country
Yeah.
Radio, the red carpet. You know what, though? You're talking about the red carpet, and everybody always talked about Joan Rivers. What did you think of her style on the red carpet, being a red carpet model like you did, and you talked to different stars? What do you think? How did you think about Joan Rivers' approach when it came to talking to celebrities?
Well, Joan Rivers, she actually was really fabulous. She gave you her opinion. Today, you can't give opinion because the person will take their tail, shove it between their legs, and walk off the red carpet. So she really,
But Melissa, didn't her daughter start doing it too?
yeah, they owned. Well, they didn't own it. So what happened was I owned some of Joan Rivers' URLs, which was
Okay.
live on the red carpet and live from the red carpet.
Okay.
And on the red carpet. So some of those URLs under WABC I owned.
Very cool.
And I picked those up. They were abandoned by, yeah, but it's not cool because it's really not worth any money.
Yeah,
Joan
but
Rivers.
you got your hands in. I mean, you got a little bit of everything, which is kind of good,
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Sometimes in business we think it's a good business avenue, but it to me, I had over 52 of them to on the red carpet or live on the red carpet or
Sure.
red carpet rocks. I had to brand myself, and branding myself is like extremely important in the industry. You need to brand yourself.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
brand,
Especially what you're trying to do. Ocean Spit, the little show about big things. Melissa D. Gordon on. Melissa, let's talk about. I know you had the accident. You said, and that put you. How long were you out of the business once you got the accident?
well, this is hard because I have what's called amnesia. Amnesia
Okay.
is like people. Do you remember the movie Overboard?
Yes, with Goldie Hawn and
Yeah.
Kurt Russell, her husband at the
Yes.
time.
So I was married, and when I was hit in the head, everything got jumbled. I thought when I got hit in the head, I was pregnant, which I got pregnant actually a year later. Amnesia makes your brain is trying to get back on focus. It's like a terrible thing. I don't wish it on anybody.
Sure.
I couldn't remember numbers. I couldn't remember sentences. I thought I maybe wasn't really married, but I knew I was. I changed my married name from Melissa Rossi back to my maiden name, Melissa D. Gordon, because that's who I am.
Uh-huh.
And so gosh, it's like a full circle, but coming back, I had to change my last name to Melissa D. Gordon because, again, I couldn't teach dance. I couldn't teach fitness. I didn't model anymore. Hospital special surgery was like, well, you might as well just sit on the couch. And I was determined. I didn't want to just sit on the couch. I couldn't walk. I couldn't talk. I was determined. So it actually, funny thing is, I saw Anna Nicole Smith pass away. I forget what year that is. That's
Yeah.
how long ago it is. Okay.
Sure.
And then I would see like anniversaries of her passing. And then one day I was like, you know what? I got to get back into modeling. So I got back up on modeling. I got into Facebook. I just kept building myself. And yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, you came back, you bounced back. I mean, let's talk a little bit about
It's weird because like if I look at myself before the accident, I was really, I couldn't add, I couldn't subtract, I couldn't talk a language. Funny, I got hit in the head. I could talk 3 languages.
And now everything changed around when you came back around. Let's talk about
weird.
something. What is this red carpet skincare? What is this?
Oh, that is amazing skincare. Let me tell you, I wound up working in Nashville. Those who love Nashville, kudos, and kudos to my friends in Nashville. I worked for you. Do you remember Little Feat?
Yeah, the country, not country band, they're pop band, the band. Sure, I remember. Yeah.
And I had a radio show called On the Red Carpet with Melissa D. Gordon, right? Where I'd interview, the musicians, same what you do, right?
Sure.
And so what I wound up doing is I wound up interviewing the guy. Lowell died, so it was replaced by my friend Phil, aka Brown. Anyway, so he said, red carpet, and there's this skincare company that I use down here in Nashville. I'd really love you to meet them. He goes, trust me, I'm 66 years old. And he says, and when I look in the mirror after using this stuff, he goes, I could do myself. That he's funny. Okay. I said, what do you mean, Phil? He goes, my skin, it's so smooth. It's so soft. You don't understand. When you're an entertainer, you got to look good.
Yeah.
And look.
Well, you know what? And sometimes like that, what scare, especially, I know it's hard for men, but women in general. Let's just take an example here. The rock group Heart. Remember Ann Wilson and her sister. Ann Wilson was the blonde. Nancy Wilson was the blonde guitar player, and Ann Wilson was the voice with the black hair. Now, back in the 80s, she put tremendous amount of weight on. And MTV came to her and says, from now on, when you do these videos, because at that time, they were really making a big comeback, Heart, with all the big hits. All I want to do is make love to you, and what about love, and all that stuff.
Right.
But they took her from her neck up. And she was so upset with that they stopped making videos, and she said, hell with it. This is me. This is who I am. And the pressure that they have to put on celebrity, men, it's one thing, but women has got to be so hard to keep that up. And it's very difficult.
It is. Listen, I embrace my age. I'm 55. I'm the old speed limit.
Yeah, there you go.
And so, I even myself, I'm like, listen, women my age that are in the entertainment industry, the majority of them will get Botox, fillers, and all that. Very expensive. Okay. So I said, you know what? I want to preserve my skin and keep it supple, silky, velvety, smooth. And I really have this adult acne, so I really need to take care of it. So I wound up going to Nashville, meeting the 2 sisters, and they have a company, and I wound up selling for their company skincare to plastic surgeons and dermatologists. And it just didn't fit because, I love entertainment. So I gave it up. I called them back. I said, Holly Harmon. I said, Holly, what do you think about on the red carpet skincare? She goes, oh my God, I love it. And I said, well, you know what? I want to private label with your company. So I wound up doing that. And my first big sponsorship was that country radio seminar next to WABC. And and then COVID came. So
Sure. Yeah, and then COVID
when
hit
you,
everything.
yeah.
You know, Melissa, back in the 70s and the 80s, blondes have more fun. Rod Stewart, all the actresses, all the people said blondes, blondes, blondes. Did you notice that too? Did you see that in the business where some people, they'd make some of the ladies dye their hair blonde or whatever it was because blonde was the thing and the brunettes wasn't? Back in the days,
Well,
everybody always wanted to see the blondes. Is that true?
well, I'm originally a redhead.
Okay.
Whoa.
Oh, there it goes. Andrew Dice Clay
Yeah,
would say, "Oh,
and Rita Hayworth, she was a redhead.
beautiful
You
woman,
know,
beautiful woman, Rita Hayworth."
yeah. If you go to the museum, the Hollywood Museum, Max Factor's in there, and they have the browns, the blondes, and the redheads. You know, all of them put together that work
Together,
with Max
sure.
Factor.
Mm-hmm.
And matter of fact, the lady's a friend of mine, Dan. I think it's Danica. I think her name is. She owns it. But that's pretty cool. Yeah. Well, Barbara Eden, which people I also work alongside with Barbara Eden sometimes as her lookalike.
From the I Dream of Jeannie fame TV show,
Yep.
correct?
And one of her quotes was, "Gentlemen prefer blondes, but I prefer gentlemen's," but something like that. Or, you know, like she meant, like, you know how back in the day you said gentlemen prefer blondes. Well, Barbara Eden's comeback was, well, I'm blonde and I prefer gentlemen.
And I prefer gentlemen. There you go. But if you look at Barbara Eden now, I mean, she still looks great at her age. You see some of these.
She's amazing.
They
She's
look
90.
Yeah, I mean, look at Raquel Welch, Sophia Loren. They still look incredible for
Preserved.
their age. It's just
Well,
amazing.
that's skincare and cosmetics. You know, these women had to look at Cindy Crawford.
Yeah, but look at that. But then you look at people like look at Cher too. I know she said she's done so much work to her body and her face or whatever it is. But then you see some of these actresses and actors that man, some of those surgeries destroyed them. Do you see what Kenny Rogers and Wayne Newton look like at the end?
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
that's gotta be
terrible.
horrible.
You know,
I just don't-
plastic surgery is pretty okay. Like, I've had plastic surgery, but like, it's not all that's cracked up to be, because, you know, first of all, it's a crap load of money. Second
Sure.
of all, it doesn't last long. People go in, they're like, okay, let me get a boob job. Okay. You don't realize in 10 years, you got gravity taking place. I want my eyes lifted. Okay. You get your eyes lifted, but 20 years from now, that's why I tell women, do not get cosmetic makeup. Some of these women get, what is it? Tattooed makeup.
Oh, tattooed makeup. Okay.
So their eyebrows here when they start, and then 20 years later, their eyebrows like in their eye.
And that thing, well, yeah, it's got to be difficult. You're watching Ocean Spit, the little show about big things. Melissa D. Gordon, I know you've been busy, and thank you for being on. We got a couple more questions here for you. We do have a mutual friend, my good buddy Vinny, of course, from the Bronx.
Hey, Vinny.
Wanderers. Big Vinny is the best, and a lot of our Ocean
He's
Fit fans
awesome.
love Vinny. I've done many shows with Vinny and the boys, and they're just great people, and it's fantastic.
Yes.
Now, you've told me who you were in awe at when you met Kevin Costner. Was there anybody you met that you thought was a complete jerk, or a woman that was a complete jerk?
Yeah.
There was. And you don't have to say names if you don't want to, but
My
I asked
ex-husband.
all my guests that.
My ex-husband.
Your ex-husband. Okay, I'm talking about celebrities. I'm talking about celebrity-wise. Anybody that you met either on the red carpet or in your dealings with the business that you're in were just a big turnoff.
There was one person.
Can you give me an initial? Give me a hint.
No, I can't think of his name. That's why I'm mad, because I couldn't.
Okay, well then it
remember.
must have not been that bad then.
Friedman. What's his first name? Friedman.
Morgan Freeman?
That's it.
Okay.
listen.
See? You
Okay,
mean the
I have
voice
a
of
brain.
God? Yes, Morgan Freeman.
Listen to
Okay.
me.
He
I
wasn't.
got a brain injury, so sometimes,
Yeah, I got
and
it.
really, honestly, for me to, I have to search for the names, and it's very
Sure, sure.
difficult. Okay, but
Okay, so
hey, I do it.
did he rub you the wrong way?
Well, I didn't remember his name, so he said, "You don't get the interview. I'll talk to you
Okay.
later." Or
All right.
no, not I'll talk to you later. He went. He was like, "Woof." He blew me off. It hurt my feelings because he doesn't know that. Look, first of all, I don't think anybody remembers everybody's name.
Sure.
Granted,
Absolutely.
nobody has entitlement. Okay,
Right.
I don't believe everybody should have entitlement. I'm entitled because I'm this person.
Sure.
Listen, people forget. Listen, Biden forgets people's names every day. So,
Absolutely. Absolutely, he does. Absolutely.
so,
Melissa,
but
yeah, it's got to be tough. But listen, one last question. I know you got to go, and we're running out of time here. But any advice that you would give to a young girl that wants to get into this type of business, whether it's modeling?
absolutely.
Do you think it's good for them? Would you stay? Would you push them away from it, or would you say give it all you got and give it a shot?
Well, first of all, I would always say to connect with a reputable acting company. Okay. If you're in New York, you have again Actors Studio.
Sure.
I've worked with them. They have a bunch of legitimately acting schools that you can attend to, and so I recommend that studying with a recommended coach. Any actor or actress has a coach.
Sure.
Okay. I don't care how great of an actor you are, you still have a coach. Okay. So I had Flo Salant Greenberg. She was the soaps for all the soap operas in New York City. I used to have her be my acting coach. So, acting coach, yeah, you should get your pictures done by a reputable modeling agency. You want to go and say, "Hi, my name is blah, blah, blah. I'd like to have a test shoot."
Okay.
Okay. This way you avoid dumping like 500 to $1,000 into a portfolio to
Okay.
just yeah. When people approach you at the mall and say, "Listen, we're from blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah
Yeah.
star.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Right.
can
Right.
make
Right.
it." Yeah. You want to say goodbye. Okay. Anybody who approaches you, anybody who says you have to pay for this um, to be in our, uh, to be in our company or
Sure.
to, yeah, you don't want to have to do that. Um, so your
Well,
headshots, your,
headshot.
your
There you
head,
go.
your headshots are important. Your headshots, one, you should have, first of all, your makeup for your headshots. The first one's a commercial headshot. Commercials, you make more money than you would doing acting. I just suggest that. I was a commercial model and that I made royalties, and royalties today, I don't know if they even do royalties, but royalties, once you get royalties, you made it.
You
Okay.
made it.
I made a lot of royalties and it was phenomenal.
You get those checks coming in every month if you do
Yeah,
that. I
every
know
3 months.
exactly what you're
Yeah, and
saying.
you also want to make sure when you do land a job like that to
Hmm.
connect with a good entertainment lawyer. So this way they can keep your contract in sync. You don't want to have your contract where they're going to not pay you or you're not going to know how many volumes of bottles they sold. Because remember, you're making a percentage. So there's some things like Trim Spa. We're going to give you XYZ each month with the amount of volume. So if they sold 10 million pills,
Yeah.
I would get 2, 3, 4. Actually, it was 5%. It was a lot of money.
I got it.
All
So what
right.
you're
So
saying is get a respectable lawyer, do it right,
yeah,
do your homework to find out
an
these different
agent.
steps.
Yeah.
Get an agent, get
An
a
agent
real
is
agent.
2 to 3, no more than 10% to an agent. Any more
Sure.
than higher than 20%, you're getting ripped off.
I got it.
Honestly,
That makes,
there's some people they'll do 20%, but you know what? Show me the money and show me the jobs that you're going to get me.
then you
Um,
give them the 20%. Yeah, well, that makes sense. It's even in a musician's thing. You know what? What can you do for me? I totally understand where you're coming from, because sometimes you'll just throw those numbers out at you. Ocean's
You
Pit, the
wanna
little show about big things.
hold
Melissa,
on,
I'm
I'm
sorry.
sorry.
Uh,
I
you,
just wanted to add one more thing.
sure, yeah.
Ocean's Pit with Tony Ocean, thank you for having me on the show. I just want to say that also you want to Google the name of the company and see, because that company could have a 1 star and they could say, well, this and that, they're not good. So Google the company, Google the names of the people, see what comes up. Better Business Bureau is always out there to help,
Oh, yeah.
and things like that. The headshots, lastly, I know you have time. The headshots, you commercial headshot, no earrings, plain, little makeup, no jewelry, just a jean jacket, white shirt to, from chest
Yeah, just so
chest up.
simple, so they can see what you really look like without. That
Really
makes
look
complete
like,
sense.
yeah.
Yeah.
Try not to get too much Photoshop, because when you come into the job and book the job, when they're looking for the brownie, they don't want a donut coming in. All right. Oh, you look like this in your picture, and now you look like that. That's very important.
Yes,
And
it's almost
lastly, for
like
your
it's almost like the dating service when they put pictures of themselves back in high school, and then when you see them at the bar, this doesn't look anything like you. You know what I mean? Self, yeah, I know what you're saying. Absolutely, it's very
right.
important.
Listen, and today is so big in Photoshop, right? And in Trim Spa, I just want to tell everybody that everything was photoshopped. Or in the sexy diet company I worked for,
Sure,
they blew up my picture. They used the before as an after, and the after is a before. Remember, not all these diet companies and diet pills. If we had the magic pill and magic wand,
sure.
we would all be fit, thin, and
Absolutely.
young.
Absolutely. And there's so many of them out there, and I've tried them all. My wife's tried them all. We still, you know what? I know what you're saying. And Melissa, we've learned so much from you, and thank you so much for what you do.
Thank you.
Let's see. Honeybee Country Radio. Give us a little more of the name of the station again.
It's on www.wfdu.fm. I'm on the HD2, and it's the Honeybee Country. And I'll be back doing my shows more so after Country Radio Summer and this Country Radio Seminar, and I'll be back in the spring. So I'll let everybody know. I'm just taking
Please
a
do,
little time
Melissa.
off.
That's fantastic. Take your time, guys. Come back, do what you do, and thank you so much for your time.
Thank
Ladies
you.
and gentlemen, my good friend,
Thank you
Melissa
so
D.
much.
Gordon. Thank you, honey. Have a great day.
And Ocean Pits with Tony Ocean is an amazing show, and I thank you so much for having me on today, and thank your guests for watching too. Thank
God
you.
bless you, hon. Be careful, be
Okay.
safe out there. Ocean Spit, a little show about big things. Melissa D. Gordon. Thank you, Melissa. Hey guys, we are almost running out of time here. And again, we got a great week lined up of stuff for you. Remember, every Tuesday is Call-In Tuesday. Let us know what you're going to do, any questions you might have. This Wednesday, my buddy Joe Rossi, boxing ring announcer, MFA ring announcer, wrestling announcer, a great guy. Joe Rossi will be our guest on Wednesday. Of course, my lovely wife Thursday, Laura Ocean, will be with us too, folks. A lot of more great stuff. Like I said, this week we are very busy. I want to say hello to my friend Corey. How you doing? Nice to see you. Thank you for making my birthday special on Saturday. Oh, well, thank you very much. I'm glad you had a great day and a great birthday. It was a lot of fun at Taverna. Thank you so much for that. Erica, thank you so much. Elizabeth, hello from Palm Springs. How you doing, honey? Eric Todd, Yvette, Richard Hamlin, great. Angelo, my good friend from Ohio. Steubenville, Patrick, Susan the closer, Joanne Lula, hi, hon, how you doing? Sima Zeno? Sima, hi, Sima. VAW.rent. Okay. Dick Sayed over there in Florida. Hope you're doing well. Kathy, yeah, you love Nashville. Buddy, yes, she was frozen. Buddy, great seeing you on Saturday as well. Listen, Mark, we are in the hospital in Warsaw right now waiting for results. Mark, I hope you're okay, buddy, you and your family. Whatever's going on with you, pal. Please, prayers to you, my good friend. Chris Minardi, an incredible Chicagoland entertainer. Say a prayer for me and my son. Was a snowmobile accident up in Eagle River. Oh, Mark, I'm so sorry. And you know what? I was in a snowmobile accident myself, but we never got hurt. But just to be on that has got to be very dangerous. So, Mark, My prayers to you and your son. I hope everything goes well. Oh my God. It's got to be hard, those snowmobiles, man. I don't know. It's not for everybody. It's very scary because sometimes you can be as protective as you are yourself, but you never know the people around you. And that's the problem. And sometimes if you're going through some of these trails, my friend Marty told me this when we were going to go tell me the steps about snowmobiling because haven't done it. I'm not good at it. I'm still not good on it. I won't go back on a snowmobile. But he said sometimes there's traps that people put on those roads in between the trees, and you can get right into it. It's horrible stuff. So if you're doing this out there, please be careful. And our prayers go out to Mark and your son. God bless you, brother. I hope everything is well with that. Ocean's Pit, the little show. Oh, he hit a tree. Oh my God, Mark. I'm so sorry, my brother. Oh, guys, if you're listening right now, people, Ocean's Pit, put a prayer out to my friend Mark for his son. Prayers to you. Kim Peterson LaFew, how you doing, honey? Great seeing you. Another great Chicagoland entertainer. We got a busy week. I want to thank again Melissa D. Gordon. Check out her Facebook page. She's got the red carpet, radio, TV. She's done it all. Melissa D. Gordon, thank you for being on the show. Don't forget this Wednesday, Rosario's in Roselle with Jeff Dubray. Thursday, we'll be at River Cafe and my buddy Jim Marchese in River Grove with the great Jerry Jams. Friday, Chicago Prime Steakhouse. Saturday, Capri in Willow Springs. Sunday, Ocean's Rat Pack. It's going to be a lot of fun dinner show. Dave Antonelli, time for a cocktail. How you doing, buddy? Dave Antonelli. Jackie Gale, great seeing you on Saturday, my friend. Prayers to my friend Donnie Morrison. Donnie, just get your hip taken care of. Get that heart working, man. You're going to be okay. Also, my buddy Ryan O'Ryan. Of course, he had the surgery thing. He's doing better, just relaxing. Ryan, miss you, my brother. Get better out there as well. Joe Nask, hope you're doing well. A lot of stuff going on. And before we go, we got a couple more sponsors, of course. We want to say hello to our friends, of course, from Portillo's fundraisers, of course. If you're looking for a fundraiser, a nonprofit organization, go to Portillo's, folks, to put that together for you. Better yet, go to our son's email jfank@portillos.com or give Joe a call at 224-636-3646. He's in Joliet today and tomorrow with a grand opening of a new Portillo's in Joliet, or Joliet, how you pronounce it. It's only a drive-through, no dine-in. So he's out there in the cold right now, making sure that people are enjoying the new Portillo's in Joliet. So make sure you check that out, Portillo's. And don't forget Patriot Funding Incorporated, folks. That's right. Money lending at its finest. Unsecured credit lines, personal cash line letter, business credit cards, personal credit cards. That's Dave Antonelli, folks. Give him a call at 630-675-4730. Let me just do a couple shout outs if we can. Some birthday shout outs. Also, of course, we lost the great comic legend Louis Anderson over the weekend. Louis, the funny guy, if you liked his humor. Louis Anderson, of course, has passed away. Just crazy, man. I want to also thank Bob for his birthday party. Thank you, Natasha's wife, for putting that together, because that was our early show on Saturday. We did a Tavern on the Point. Bob was a retired police officer, and it was his retirement party. So, God, love it there, man. Thank you for having us. We really do appreciate very much. We also lost another great entertainer, Don Williams, one of the guitar players from the band The Ventures. Died at the age of 88 years old. Happy birthday, Johnny Brown, better known as Booker. Of course, Bookman on the Good Times celebrates a birthday. Sarge, happy 90th birthday to Sarge. Of course, that's Ronnie, DeMel, and George's father, Sarge. Happy 90th. My good friend Angel Manzella, happy birthday, Angel. Hope you're having a good one. Michael Hutchinson, former, of course, singer of the band In Excess, who passed away. Of course, Michael would be celebrating a birthday. Also, Steve Adler, original drummer from Guns N' Roses, celebrates a birthday today. Albert Collins, of course, originally from Leonard Skinner, celebrates a birthday today. Steve Perry, one of the greatest rock and roll voices out there, formerly of the band Journey, celebrates a birthday as well, man. And just crazy things that we're doing here, and so much stuff. I'd love more to talk about. Mars dates, Lake Geneva, Wisconsin, July 16th and August 20th, Mars Resort, Lake Como. And then, of course, we'll also be at Pier 290, another great place in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. These are summer shows. I know you're going to be wanting to come there. July 19th and August 17th, Pier 290. A lot of stuff. So much that we didn't get a chance to talk about, but we will talk tomorrow when you can call in to Ocean's Pit and we'll answer some questions. We'll have some fun. I want to thank our executive producer, April. Thank you so much. Thank you, Melissa D. Gordon, our guest. Of course, thank you, my lovely wife. And thank you all of you for watching the show today. I'm sorry, Melissa was a little frozen during the whole interview, but you got to hear her stuff. So thank you for being on the show. Anyway, guys, be safe out there. Go out and support local establishments and live entertainment. Thank you so much. And congratulations. I'm so sorry about Tom Brady. I'm not a Brady fan. I'm so happy he lost. I wish Aaron Rodgers would have won, but hey, we got to give kudos to the Kansas City Chiefs, Mahomes, of course, and the Los Angeles Rams for football there. But the most important thing is that Tom Brady lost for me. And with a little crybaby when he hit his little lip and he was crying. Oh, joke. Anyway, folks, God bless you all. Please, again, support local establishments and live entertainment. Ocean's Pit, the little show about big things. In the great words of Ringo Starr, peace and love. Thank you so much for what you guys do. Keep out there. Be safe. See you tomorrow. Same time, same station. Take us out, Nicholas.
Time to go, it's the end of the show. See you later from Tony O.
Goodbye, everybody. God bless you. Be safe.